All right, welcome everybody. Woo, let's turn that down. Welcome everybody to the Nation Network. It is day one of Wrestlemania. We have royalty here in the house. One King Entertainment is here. Welcome aboard. J-Rock's in the house. Oh, yeah, NXT's going on, isn't it? Forgot about that. I was going to try and tune into that. I'll watch it later on the replay, so don't spoil anything for me. Basically, what I did is I scheduled day one as it appeared in the USA newspaper, and we'll go through, we'll watch it, let 2K decide what they think is going to happen here, and I'll give you my ideas, my thoughts, my opinions of what may or may not happen. I feel like Jade does not get the win due to shenanigans, and I do think we're going to find out that Naomi didn't act alone. I think Bianca somehow is going to get involved in this thing and tip her hat, blow her cover, and Jade's going to come up on the short end, whether it's by a dirty pin, count out, retaliatory DQ, hard to say. But I see Naomi getting some form of a victory. I haven't had a chance yet to take a look at it, and I believe it's available online somewhere, but Natty Neidhart went over and did the Bloodsport thing and had a match there, and a lot of people are talking about how much badass she really, I mean, the way she did her hair was like UFC kind of stuff. The outfit she had on was very, Goldberg-ish, just very plain, all black. And she just looked like someone who's getting ready to kick your ass. And apparently the promo she cut was pretty good, too. And from the little pieces and snippets of what I've been able to see so far, it's like, yeah, they need to bring that version of her here. It'll rejuvenate her career. It'll be a whole new version of her. She can get a good year run out of that. Yeah, I just had too much going on at work. I was going to kind of put it on in the background while I was doing my office shit. But I had 2 weeks worth of stuff to kind of catch up on, and I needed to focus on it, and I knew if I had it on there, I'd be there for 4 hours doing 2 hours. There's a lot of wrestling to watch in the next 72 hours. Speaking of which, does anyone know if that WWE ID event going on for the indie talent, is there any way of seeing any of that? Is it on the website? Is it on their YouTube channel? Curious to see how Izzy Moreno did. Jade going for the big pump kick, not happening there. So I've been mentioning about how fucked up Universe Mode has been since the last patch because, well, that's just what they do. So part of it is now that all entrances are set to off, and you literally have to remember to go in and put each one on, which is why there was no entrances for this match. $2K at their finest. Neil Hooper, happy Mania Day 1 to you, buddy. Naomi actually doing pretty good in this one. Ooh, the spear. Oh, she's selling the shit out of that. What's Jay doing on the apron? Wait a minute. Is she going to springboard crossbody and missed? And Naomi's going to sell anyway. What the hell? Cradle roll up. Oh, they exchange blows back and forth. Ooh, Naomi caught that one and now comes up with the kicks. We got the snap bear. The roundhouse right to the chest, and now what's going to happen here? Could be the end of Cargill. Oh, she got it. Springboard drop kick 3/4 of the way across the ring as if. Yeah, I really thought they would have that at least on the YouTube channel or something. Considering what it is, you would think they'd want the fan feedback. I'm just really hoping that Izzy ends up in NXT really soon. There we go, the butterfly armbar. Into the face buster. Is she going to arch? Not yet. And that's a 2 count. Oh, got caught. Coming off the middle rope. Naomi back in control once again. Oh, look at this reversal. Jade Cargill from across the ring comes, runs right into a boot. Both of these ladies have each other's number. There's the rear view. Down for the cover. Referee's here for 1, for 2, and Jade Cargill got a shoulder up. Unbelievable. Thought it was over. Naomi going to try something else here. Bubba bomb, perhaps. There it is. Has the ankles for the cover. Could not hold her. Roundhouse kick connects with the jaw, and now Jade Cargill perhaps done. Naomi on that middle rope, wants her on her feet. Big body press off the top rope. Another kick to the side of the head, and Jade Cargill in trouble. Judd's in the house. Welcome, buddy. Uh-oh, Naomi's got that look on her face. Crossbody again, hook of the leg. And the win for Naomi. All right, you've heard my idea. You've seen 2K's prediction. Who you got? You think Jade's going to win tonight, or do you think Naomi's going to come away with the victory? Cast your votes. This was a good back and forth match, but nowhere near as corrupt as what I believe we're going to be seeing later on tonight.
Here is your winner, Naomi.
Big win for Naomi here to kick off WrestleMania Night 1. And by the way, we can talk about the arena. The pictures have been out, and yikes. No bueno. No bueno. It looks like a carbon copy of last year's with just some different schemes to it, but there's nothing. I feel like it should be looking more like we should see in like a deck of cards or something. I mean, no, you don't want to use the chips because then it's going to look like AEW's. But if you look at the thumbnail for this video, it should look like that. And to me, it looks just like Philadelphia, only with different color schemes. Gosh damn it. Again, you have to remember to actually set the fucking entrances now. Although that would have been 8 entrances, and who wants to sit through all that? This is the Andre the Giant, my Andre the Giant Battle Royal, which is definitely different than the one you saw on, was it regular? It was on SmackDown, wasn't it? I was wholeheartedly disappointed with that. I thought that was a train wreck. I thought half the people in it had no business being in it. Yeah, Judd, you'll see it. And you can look now. It's on Twitter. It really looks very much the same as that. Very similar to that with just a different color scheme. I won't say identical, but very similar. Oh, man, R-Truth is out early. Yeah, again, I thought that Karrion was going to get it. And that would have been cool because they finally starting to do something with him. But then to give it to, what was that, Carmelo that won it? I'm like, come on, really? Yeah, Judd, I always think of that song when it's this time of year. To me, that's the Mania song. And I know Bronson, yeah, he won the Andre Battle Royal in the past. Should have won it again. Be the first 2-time winner. Let the bodies hit the floor. They are going everywhere right now. Pat McAfee's in a bad part of town with a bad man. Bad News Barrett. Oh, look at the 2 big guys hooking up here in the corner. Oh, wait, Barrett avoids elimination. In the meantime, there goes. Nah, man. I want to Karrion to win this one, too. We're not going to run a prediction on this because it already happened and the people that were in it weren't even in this one, so. But you can tell me in the comments who you think should have won it. Uh-oh. Swing and a miss. Sheamus hangs on. Look at Bronson. I missed him with my first attempt. I'm just going to leave him there. Never mind. Again, the 2 big guys. Oh, no. Otis. Otis is not in a good position right now. Damn! But he fights his way out of it. And how about Braun Strowman? The AI is so bad in this. Constantly missing those shoulder blocks off the apron. Constantly. Whether it's a regular match, whether it's a battle royal, doesn't matter. I'd say it's 70% of the time misses the connection. And as soon as I say that, Otis is eliminated. I'm going to say Braun is probably going to win this one. But then I can see Sheamus pulling it out. Running power slam on the big man. Look at this. Holy shit. McAfee's dead. They killed McAfee. Well, you know what? I should have said it earlier. Now all of a sudden the shoulder tackles are all connecting. There goes the biggest man in the match. Oh, and there goes the other one. It's anyone's game now. I'm starting to get a bad news feeling about things here. Can you imagine McAfee wins this thing? Over the top rope, hanging onto the apron. Barrett trying, and he does. Oh, look at this. It's the Sheamus going up against Wade Barrett. Coming out of retirement for the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. By the way, talk a little bit about the Hall of Fame yesterday. What the fuck? Giving everyone 2-minute time limits. And then Triple H gets an hour. These folks bust their ass to get up there, and you're going to cut them down to the presenters were cut down to 2 minutes. But even when you look at Austin and the Hitman talking about the first ever immortal moment, and they were pretty much kept to under 3 minutes apiece. I get it. You got to show you wanted to move it along. And I'm okay even with the presenters getting cut down on time, but man, I hate the fact that they want to talk a little bit about more of what got them there, and they don't get that chance. That's a big miss right there. Maybe it's just Sheamus that sucks. Sheamus gets the win and takes the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal victory here on night 1. Plenty of replays. Irish whip sends him over the top rope and all the way to the floor.
Here is your winner, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Big victory for Sheamus. All right, moving right along. I'm going to try something here if I can. See if it makes a difference or not. But like I said, the fact that it's defaulting to no entrance, it's just bullshit. And there's no way of changing it in the settings, like in the gameplay settings, because it doesn't matter anyway. You literally have to go back in and reset them.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
All right, well, it looks like we're going to get some introductions, at least for this one. I'll see if it goes the rest of the way or not. But anyway, Retro's in the house. %66 of you pick Jade Cargill to go over later on tonight. The Clown is around. Oh, I didn't realize Bronson was out hurt. God bless you, Nick. I appreciate that, buddy. By the way, is it just me? Has WrestleMania ever been held on Easter Sunday? I was just like, what? How's that happening? They actually booked it for Easter Sunday? Are you kidding me? Yeah, there was a patch, all right. Usually when you patch a boat, you fix it. When they patch a boat, they fix the hole and then make a whole other one. They make 3 more. Thank you again, Nick. I appreciate you, brother. Originally, yeah, you know what? I was happy for all of them, and I'm glad I got to, the ones that were able to be there and all that and talk. I was good with all of them. There was not one that I didn't want to hear from. Here comes the United States champion, L.A. Knight. Yeah. The Nasty Boys are not in the Hall of Fame. You know what? Funny you mention that, because as I'm watching the natural disasters go in, and I have no problem with them being in. Definitely, I think they're worthy of it. But you think about how many other people are in that are in ahead of a lot of more deserving people that should be there. And that's a perfect example. How are the Nasty Boys not in the Hall of Fame? And we always have to wait for the great ones like that to be dead before they go in. Capacity crowd on hand. Clown, you're not going to watch Mania? And this is the first time? Okay. Yeah, I felt like if it happened on Easter before, I'd have known. So again, why didn't you just wait an extra week or do it a week earlier? God, this year would have been a good year to do it a week earlier, because, man, y'all just, the build-up to tonight sucks. That don't mean they're not going to hit it out of the park and carry us to a great WrestleMania, but God knows not for any effort, because it was not well done. Warrior died like 3 days later. Went into the Hall of Fame, was there the next night, Monday Night Raw, cut the promo, the next day died on his way to the airport. I couldn't, when I heard the news, I was like, no, something's wrong, man. He's not dead. He was just on TV. All right, pick 'em time once again. Who you got? Fatu to win, or L.A. Knight to retain? Now, I did put Solo at ringside, and I can see Solo being at ringside, but because of the friction between the two, I wouldn't be surprised if Solo somehow costs, whether intentionally or accidentally, Jacob Fatu the match. So I'm going to say, you heard it here first, LA Knight retains because Solo fucks up. And then you have the showdown set between Fatu and Solo, and there's your babyface turn, because you got to turn him face. Speaking of people turning, the one thing they did right in building up to Mania was last night's promo between John Cena and Cody Rhodes. And I will tell you, that promo, in my book, is in the top 3 or 4 all time. 20 years from now, people will still refer back to it for what they accomplished in a very short period of time. My Hall of Fame and my Mount Rushmore of promos, in no particular order. You've got Hard Times, You got the pipe bomb. And my number one will always be, I can't imagine it'll ever get topped. And I forget which WrestleMania we're talking about. But it was Triple H in the ring on Raw, getting ready to talk about the fact that he needed a Mania match or something to that effect. And before he can get a word out, we hear the gong, and The Undertaker walks his way down to the ring, gets in there, stares face to face with Triple H, and then looks beyond him to the WrestleMania sign hanging in the background. And this was the first time that had ever happened where somebody pointed to the sign. Triple H looks over his shoulder to see what he's pointing at, sees the sign, looks back at the dead man. Taker does the throat slit motion with his hand. The crowd pops. Without missing a beat, Triple H looks right back at him, gives the crotch chop for the suck it. That's the promo. They never said a word. And it gave me goosebumps then. I remember saying, this is genius. It was to me, that's the best promo of all time. Last night's, though, it's in the top 4. It's on the Mount Rushmore. First off, Cody somehow or another became a heel. Fans started booing him the minute he spoke. And you could tell he had that Charlotte Flair moment. Only difference is he ain't Charlotte Flair. And man, he flipped the script so perfectly because everything he said about Cena, I think we've all been saying. He looks like somebody's dad. Well put together, but still, I mean, he don't look like Super Cena no more. Legs are skinny. He ain't working legs anymore. That stack of dimes he calls a neck. Your face is a melting wax candle or whatever he calls it. And you're more pale than Sting in Starrcade 97. The minute he brought Sting into the conversation, that place popped and he had him right back in his hand again. However, as great as that whole shebang was, and then Cena says, I don't need to wrestle you, and he thumbs him in the eye, went for it, and then missed on the attitude adjustment. All of that stuff was so well done. Cody, of course, hits with the crossroads, so now that normally means that that's the guy who's not going to win. But as I've been telling people, I think they've made it so obvious that Cena's going to win that he does not win. See, I can see a moment like this right here happening where Solo would come up and distract LA Knight. And then Fatu comes to run into him, and at the last minute, LA ducks. And the two of them hit together and clothesline each other or whatever the deal may be. And then there's some animosity and pushing and shoving, and the distracted Jacob Fatu falls prey to the U.S. champion. Now, what I will say is everything that Cena said prior to Cody going off on him really set the table for Cody to lose tonight and become a heel. Which is, again, why I don't see it happening. I feel like it's just too obvious. But as I was telling Jay earlier, that's why this is going to be a great match. Don't know who's winning. And I could write it either way, man. I could book it in either scenario. If I was writing the book, I'm not turning Cody. Cody's a merch mover. He's a legitimate good guy. I hate when you take really, I mean, I'm not saying there's wrestlers back there that are complete douchebags. There used to be a lot more than there are nowadays, for sure. They're brought up differently nowadays. But Cody's one of those guys that just genuinely, why should you not cheer for him? Oh, damn, 71% so far for LA Knight. Holy shit. Wasn't expecting to see that. Oh, Jacob Fatu steals it. I think he had his feet on the ropes. Was I right? I got to check the replay here. Looked like he had his feet on the ropes. Well, 2K says New champion. Oh, I did not mean originally it was the best match. I said it was the best promo. That promo on Monday Night Raw is what I was talking about, not the match that came after that. Yeah, he did use the ropes, that cheating bastard. A bloody LA Knight gets cheated out of the U.S. champion.
WWE United States Champion, the Samoan Werewolf, Tattoo.
Clown, you haven't watched Mania. You didn't watch last year's Mania? Are you kidding me? Dude. Stop the madness.
It's a new day, yes it is.
All right, well, once you do set all the entrances back to on again, but you have to do it every card. And if you forget, there go all your entrances, so. Hopefully everybody had a chance for some Saturday morning wrestling earlier today, 9 a.m. So far, my favorite Saturday morning program that we've done. I will not spoil any of it, but I highly recommend you check it out because some really entertaining stuff that 2K decided to do. Well, 2K says Fatu, 71% of the nation says LA Knight retains. The only wrestling I watch now is One Nation. Brother, I am deeply honored by that. You have no idea. Love you. Now, did I see something that, did Rey Mysterio get legitimately injured? Was this supposed to end up being a three-way match, and then now they're saying maybe not? All right, who you got? New Day or the Viking Raiders? Ivar is legitimately dealing with some health issues. So I can see them maybe having to take the belts off of them.
The World Tag Team Champions, Ivar and Eric, the War Raiders.
I don't remember exactly what they are. I don't know if it's a physical thing with, like, you know, from the pounding, like a spinal kind of thing or a muscular kind of thing, or if it's an internal organs scenario. Listening to Michelle McCool last night, I had no idea. Talking about the kidney and liver issues that she deals with and has dealt with for apparently a very long time, going back to her in-ring career. And just, wow, man, I was crushed when I heard that. I'm so glad she's been around all this time and there for her daughter and seeing her on the LFG program, teaching young and up-and-coming talent. But I had no idea she was dealing with that stuff. I did not watch very much of last night. I saw the highlight clips this morning, and I watched the big promo spots. By the way, speaking of promos, was there anything for Charlotte and Tiffany last night? Because that I did not see. It sounds like they were supposed to be doing something with him. Oh, yeah, I made it a ladder match, didn't I? I don't know what made me do that. I guess it was just too boring for me. So far, 60% saying there will be a title change. I'm going to go New Day. Only because I think Ivar's got some medical issues that need to be tended to. And I had heard about that at least 5 weeks ago, and I thought they were going to take the belts off him back then. But I can see him saying, no, I can make it to Mania. I want to be there on Mania, so. And that was the first time, that interview that he had done where he was talking about that stuff, and I'm not sure if it was Chris Van Vliet or if it was the WWE channel. But that was the first time I'd ever seen him out of character. And talk about like a gentle giant. He's very soft-spoken. Not nearly as gruff as you would expect. Like when Vader was being interviewed, even when he wasn't in character, he still had that deep voice with a rasp to it, you know. Still had that, that's probably a badass guy you don't want to mess with sound to him. Oh, yeah, by the way, you hear the count out going on, right, for a ladder match? Yeah, that's part of the new patch, too. Had a casket match the other day. And here they are outside the ring, putting them in the casket, and the count is at 10. Finally closes the lid on the casket. Oh, yes, yeah, during the Hall of Fame show I did. Triple H closes the casket on the Taker, gets the win. But no, they're only on 6. You got to wait till we get to count out of 10 to get the win. They did separate interviews. Okay, that's why I didn't see anything. Oh, actually, I take it back. I think I did catch a little bit of Tiffany saying something about Charlotte trying to derail a rookie or something to that effect in that first interview. And I do believe she was just by herself on that. There's a big part of me that wonders if all of that isn't a work. They just love to play social media games. I'll be really disappointed if Tiffany doesn't go over. Uh-oh. Kofi in trouble. Eric got the belt. Oh, and almost had the belt. He might get it now, though. Xavier ain't going to be able to make the save. Not with that chair wrapped around his head. Oh, Eric has got 2 hands on the belt, and that might be it right here. He's hanging. Can he get the latch off? Oh, just missed. That was good drama right there. That was good drama. Okay, so I saw a little bit of hers. I didn't see the whole thing. And that was on YouTube when I saw it. Somewhere in there, we got a bleeder. Oh, I think it's Ivar. Yeah, he's got more health issues. Ivar is a bloody mess. Goes to set up the table. Kofi says, nah. Uh-oh. There goes the Spanish broadcast table. And more blood is going to flow. Xavier Woods now busted open. Listen to the count going on in a TLC match. Way to go, 2K. Meantime, the Prime bottle's dancing on its own. Woo. I don't know. I mean, I'm not an IT guy or anything like that. I just don't know how you patch things and then all of a sudden matches that were working perfectly fine do this shit. Damn, Kofi's left his boy to die. You don't want none of it. Where you going, Kofi? Where the hell are you going? I see a breakdown in the teamwork. Oh, now he's back. For a minute there, I thought he's abandoning his boy. Oh, we got a 50-50 split on the poll. If you haven't voted, get your vote in. Oh, it's a bloodbath, and there is no way. Eric is not getting up there. Kofi going for it. Can he get it? You got to pull it down, buddy. You got to pull it down. He does. Three, 4. 2K, you suck balls. Eight, 9. $20. And it's a draw. Oh my God, 2K. You hear it all the time. Can fuck up a wet dream.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's Championship.
All right, this is where I really want to see where you guys end up falling. I'm very curious to see this one. Once again, tell me who you got. I feel like Charlotte's gonna get it. I am personally pulling for Tiffany. Tiffany's gonna be my pick to win. And I got a funny feel. Let's put it this way. If that original meltdown, not even the one where they were face to face on different screens, but if the original meltdown like 3 weeks ago where they were in the ring and the whole Kaiser's in my DMs and all that crap, I feel like if that one truly went off the rails and Charlotte went into business for herself, I've got a feeling they're going to punish her with a loss. But quite honestly, even so, even if that was a work, let's just say that they worked everybody by doing all of that shit. Tiffany is your future. And if somebody like Charlotte with a decade in her is ever going to put someone like that over, now's the time. Doesn't mean they don't have a rematch and Charlotte wins and takes the title then. I just feel like on this stage, probably not the best place to job out the future of your division. But what do I know? I don't have faith that they'll do the right thing. Well, yeah, I agree with that. Damn, 67% going for Charlotte so far. Where's the love, man? It's Tiffy time. Again, I feel like they've made it so obvious. But because there's so much to throw out there, again, if it's a work, then they did a great job and they worked everybody. But the fact that we can't be 100% sure that it's a work or not, that's what makes it great. That's what makes you want to watch it, because I really can't tell you. And Jay, you bring up a great point. How much faith do we have in the WWE to get it right? Now, considering the amount of backlash they caught for giving Charlotte the Rumble win, not that I think they give a shit about that. I don't know. Mania is about sending people home happy. We'll see. I mean, you can't have every babyface win, can you? 75%, 76%? What is that? 75% Charlotte.
And her opponent from Prior Lake, Minnesota, the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, look, I get the whole argument to be made about the track record and what they do. When did she start stealing Alexa Bliss's little title move? Or is that just another 2K happy fuck up? Well, I'm with you. I want Tiffany to win, too. I would not bet money on it. And by the way, anyone betting money, I know they actually have this shit on the friggin' betting sites. I just don't know how that could be legal when it's not even. But then again, you can bet on anything nowadays. Big clothesline. Come on, Tiffy. There's the scoop, has her up overhead, and now the queen introduced to the turnbuckle. Stratton, oh, nice. That springboard senton crashing down. That's for Kaiser's comment. And now has her up with a suplex takeover. Shoulder block sends Charlotte crashing to the floor. We'll get the shameless plug in for Prime. Going for the cover way too early in the match, and Charlotte able to kick out on one. Tiffany looks a little surprised. Look at this. Standing moonsault. And again with that rolling senton. Wants Charlotte back up on her feet. Up against the ropes. Irish whip is reversed, and now, what the heck? Look at Tiffany. Comes up with a beautiful drop kick. By the way, the patch still doesn't get the referee the fuck out of the way of the hard camera. Roll up, and I think she's got tights. Tiffany able to kick out, though. Borrowing a page from her dad's playbook. Oh, look at this. This is not going to end well. Charlotte's down. There's one. There's two. Ooh, that was close. Queen favoring her back, but she manages to kip up. So she stole Alexa's pose in the NXT. I don't get that, man. How did they let that happen? German suplex, well done by Charlotte. Now Tiffany in trouble. Has the Queen going up. Twisting moonsault. The champion is down. Bitch slap across the face. Eat the feet. And the champion is struggling mightily. Oh, this is it. There's a figure four. And now the figure eight. The title may be slipping away. Stratton may not have surrendered, but maybe a matter of time. There's two. Kicks out just barely. Still got 75% of you guys saying Charlotte is going to take this match. I'm going to be in the minority. I'm giving it to Tiff. I'm going to fall on the side of competent booking. But I can understand why nobody would expect that in light of what we've seen for the last 4 weeks. But I'm going back over what we've seen the last 3 years. Spear on the floor, cuts her in half. The count out does Charlotte no good. You got to go get her. Cannot win the title on a count out, and Stratton not moving. Natural selection, call it a day. We might have a new champion to crown right now. There's two. She got her. $2K sides with the majority of the nation. Tiffany did get up a little bit there in the polls. It's now down to 60% for Charlotte. But 2K gives the win to the Queen. This was a solid match, and again, I still say, if they are the professionals that they should be, that they are going to steal day one and night two as well. And I think this will be the wrestling match. We'll be talking about the Cody match, because whatever's going to happen in that's going to be like it was last year. Barely sweating. I do think this is going to be the Ricky Steamboat Macho Man Randy Savage match of Mania. I could be wrong. I just don't think I will be.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
All right, it is pick'em time. Who you got? Jey Uso against Gunther. 2K, of course, putting Paul Heyman into this. I didn't think to remove him. Hopefully he will not have an impact on the outcome of this match, but I'm sure he probably will play a role. Out the gate, Jey is getting the lead. Personally, if I am booking this one, I'll let Jey have the win, but not a clean win in the sense that he doesn't get the title. So a count out, a DQ, whatever it is, it'll take a little time to get everybody back together again to do a rematch. And I just, to have their first big head-to-head meeting be a title change, I don't know. If I were gonna bet money, and I'm doing this based on how I would be looking at booking it, I think it's just too soon to take it off of Gunther. He's supposed to be this infinite badass. So in my world, I'm gonna say Gunther. Even though so far 100% of you say it's Jey. And we'll see what 2K has to say. And these are all the base settings. I have not dabbled in any of their stats. As we take a look at the ring general, Gunther. Judd, you're back just in time. Place your votes, place your votes. Who you got, man? Get in on the poll action. If you're enjoying this stream, click that like button down below. If you're not, click the like button down below. That's a bad man. Think about the way this guy used to look when he first got to the WWE. And if you ever watched his stuff when he was wrestling over in Germany, he was, I wouldn't go so far as say fat, but he was definitely overweight. Proportionately so. He was a chunky monkey.
Introducing the challenger from San Francisco, California, weighing in at 242 pounds, main event, Jey Uso. And his opponent from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Gunther.
I also think Gunther holding on to that title longer helps to establish some legitimacy, because that belt really never has been anything real other than a toy, essentially. Oh, here, we're going to make a world champion. There you go. As opposed to the one with the lineage history. And I think it's going to take a 2-year run with somebody like him to get it to that level. And I just think if they take it off him at this point, they're hurting the belt. Interesting tie up here to start the match off with. Wouldn't have bet on that one. Backs him into the corner a second time. Referee going to try and get a clean break. And we do. Gunther, a very accomplished catch-as-catch-can wrestler when he wants to be. Oh, look at this. Nice go behind. Got the rear waist lock. Jay trying to negotiate him to the mat. Not happening. The power of Gunther gets him out of that one, and he reverses the hold. And now Jay with a level of desperation trying to break the bear-like grasp. And Gunther turns it into a roll-up. Heyman getting up on the apron. You know, Paul, you might want to be a little careful when it comes to dealing with Gunther. Oh, bombs away as he celebrates the Earthquake's induction into the Hall of Fame. Chops to the chest, lighten him up. Looks like he actually removed some of the tattoo with those chops. Just goes in the house. Happy WrestleMania Day, buddy. Well, I'm not suggesting it'll ever be at the same level. I'm just saying they can do it. They can make it mean something. Whereas right now, I wouldn't say it doesn't mean anything, but it certainly isn't considered a world championship. I see sledgehammers. So does the referee. Yeeting right into a big right hand. So far, 100% of you say Jey Uso going to win the match later on tonight. I'll say I think he's going to, but I want Gunther to win. I think it means more down the road for him to win tonight. There was a podcast earlier in the week, and I wish I could tell you who it was offhand. Jay might remember because I sent him the link. Triple H sat down with like these four guys. One of them is a famous comedian, just can't think of his name right now. Triple H sat down with him for like 2.5 hours. And I watched it all. I just couldn't turn it off. And there was a moment in this that eventually I'd like to go back and I'd clip that. And I've said this for a long time, where he was talking about how the business has changed and that there are so many different kinds of fans now than there was back in the kayfabe days. And he says, you know, with the invention of the internet, there's a 2 count. with the invention of the internet, it changed how the fan base is. You still have the basic fans that just love wrestling. You don't really have anyone left anymore that thinks it's real. At least I hope not. But then you have this other group of fans. And the thing that they love the most is what's going on behind the scenes. Whether it's the booking, whether it's the, who's having a legitimate feud with somebody backstage that just, we don't like this guy. And that's where I've been at ever since probably the Montreal Screwjob, I think, is when I finally just said, the politics of it all, the business acumen of it all, that you have to take all of these combustible elements and mix them in a way to get what they generally get, especially out of a Mania. That intrigues me. As somebody who coached basketball for 16 years, I can tell you right now, everyone on the team ain't going to love each other, but can you get them to play together? Uso kicking out from the power bomb, and the ring general not looking too happy about that. It was a really good interview. Jay, do you remember who it was? What podcast or whatever? I know YouTube won't let you put a link up. At least I don't think they used to not be able to. Still 100% for Jey Uso. Wow, nobody going to go Gunther, huh? 2 count. Might just be me and 2K at the end of the day. Let's see. It was riveting. I mean, I just could not stop watching it. I was on my way to work, so like while I was getting ready in the morning, I'm listening and watching the first 45 minutes to an hour. And then once I got to work, I just sat down, did some computer work, and played it in the background. It's like every bit of it is just gold. All right, man, appreciate you. Oh, DDT on the floor. Gunther in trouble. The ring general spills the blood. Whoop. Hey, that's a view. Uh-oh, there goes the Prime Station. Can you carry the table, the little Prime table there? I wonder if you can lift that. All the stuff I do is pretty much in custom arenas, so I don't have the Prime. Jay's on the top rope. Big splash. Going for the cover. 1. Do we have a new champion? No. So. Irish whip to the ropes. A bloody Gunther. Just got caught. Oh, it does let you put a link up there. Good boy. Nice roll up by the champion. Will it be enough to keep the shoulders down? Reversal. And a new champion. 2K and the nation 100% in agreement that we're going to have a new world champion later tonight. I stand alone saying Gunther is going to retain. I got you. Yeah, y'all should go check that out after this stream is done. Even if it's not till a week after or whatever. I'm telling you, it is 2.5 hours of just gold. I'll probably watch it again. It really was just amazing. And these guys were doing a great job as well with the interview process. They conducted themselves really well. Well, when we come back, "100% of you said Jey Uso gonna win." Jusco and I are on the same page. I just think that would be really bad across the board. There's the roll up, though, reversing.
Here is your winner, and the new World Heavyweight Champion,
This is what we might be seeing later on tonight at WrestleMania 41. As I've been asking you all night, I ask you again, who you got?
is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth freaking
Once again, welcome everybody here to the Nation Network. If you haven't already, please take a moment to click the like button down below. It does help get the videos out to more people. And make sure you're voting on the poll. Who you gonna get? Who you gonna choose? Who you gonna pick? So far, Seth Rollins at 100%. That's gotta change. From my standpoint, I feel like Roman's done, right? We know he's never going to wrestle a full schedule, so it makes no sense to put him over in this match. Doesn't need it. Seth is done. He's not going to, I mean, he's had a lot of injuries as well that he's got to take time off for. I just feel like it has to be Punk. Not to mention it's his first ever WrestleMania main event. That was such a big deal. So Heyman's in the corner of Punk, but he's wearing the Ulafala. Or is it just a lei? I'm not sure. Either way, makes you wonder whose corner is he really in. Seth now at 75%. CM Punk with 25%. Nobody going Roman. I can't blame you for that. I cannot imagine the world that you put Roman over in this match. And now Punk is in the battle. Oh, look at it. It's going back and forth. Y'all are fighting it out right here in the poll. We got a fight right here on the live stream. Seth with 60%, Punk with 40%. But man, the needle was jumping for a minute there. Oh, he never said he had to win. I know that. I just think the fact that it was such a big deal that he got into the main event, and it is his first after all those years, I kind of feel like you owe it to him. Yeah, I know a lot of people feel that way. They've kind of low-keyed the Seth part of it because there's so much of a focus on Heyman, the Tribal Chief, and CM Punk that it's almost like the EO thing. Like EO's the afterthought in the match for the championship that she holds. And that's kind of the same with Seth. I mean, I can think of ways to book Seth winning if I wanted to. And I purposely picked Seth Rollins with the Shield outfit because I think he probably won't wear it tonight, but he should. I think that would be the slap in the face. You know, I'm going to finish what I started the day I took that steel chair and wrapped it around your back. At the end of the day, I might end up siding with 2K, whoever 2K picks, because it really is a coin toss. Ooh, Jay. Really good point. Now, was that back in the day where he was shaving everybody's head? Or was that just afterwards, like when he was stealing the belt and going home with it? What was the name of that faction again that he had? When he had Luke Gallows with him and Serena. Something Society, I recall. Bell sounds, action's underway. And now the Shield members locking up. Didn't take long for that to happen. CM Punk with a dropkick having little effect on Roman Reigns. Still 60% siding with Seth Rollins in this one. Straight Edge Society, there it is. Thank you for that. The SES. When Heyman was actually with him after the Straight Edge, okay. Uh-oh, look at this. Is he going to do it? Oh, I thought he was going to hit him with the GTS. Roman. By the way, referee's counting. They got to fix this fucking thing, man. Throws the bat at him, has no effect. Dude lives in Chicago. I'm sure he gets that all the time. Backbreaker once again, and now Punk gives the ring up. And the two founding members of the Shield Judd looking at this from a size matters standpoint. According to women, size don't matter, but I think most of them are lying. We are at 50-50 between Seth and Punk, and still nobody says Roman. Roman losing in any way, shape, or form definitely furthers the Paul Heyman aspect of the storyline. From behind, Rollins with the sledgehammer now taking a turn with each of his opponents. And I don't mean in a prison kind of way. Driving that sledgehammer right to the midsection. Rollins might be second guessing why he brought that into the match in the first place. Drop kick off the apron, and down goes Seth, and now it'll be Punk and the Tribal Chief as Heyman watches on from ringside. Slams him right on top of that mallet. And now, wait a moment. Referee distracts. CM Punk could have had a win. And Paul Heyman perhaps has... You almost have to wonder if he didn't do that so that Roman Reigns wouldn't lose. Spear! And now Reigns going for the cover on Seth Rollins. If he wins, it'll be because of Paul Heyman. Here's two. Oh, shoot. I'm starting to see how this could play out. Was it just a bad timing thing, or was Heyman trying to keep Punk from scoring the victory? There's a cover. CM Punk kicks out on one. The Tribal Chief working his way back into the ring. Seth now head first into the turnbuckle he goes. Roman, oh, he had something else in mind. The Anaconda device. And cinched in there. Seth Rollins not going to take a chance. Breaks it up immediately. Pole still coming in at 50-50. Punk with the bat, and that staggers him. Seth Rollins now, what's going on here? Turns his attention to Heyman. Once again, now the distraction's giving Roman an opportunity. You start to wonder, who is he really rooting for in this one? There it is, the GTS. And Roman easily breaking that one up. Into the turnbuckle. Reigns now has the sledgehammer. Right to, oh, he missed. Got him on the second one. The two Paul Heyman guys battling it out right in front of Paul Heyman. CM Punk has him up. Slams him down. Thought he was going to go for the GTS. The poll still 50-50. I say Punk. Here's the thing, though. Any one of these three guys can win, and the fans go home happy, depending how you make it happen. Reigns and Punk battling it out here ringside. Rollins back in the ring. And perhaps the man who holds the key to victory. Seth Rollins taking a great deal of time to position CM Punk for no good reason. And our polling numbers have just changed, as we've got somebody out there supporting Roman Reigns at least. That drops Seth Rollins to 44 following the big spear. Will that be enough to get the win? 2. Ooh, Punk just barely out of that one. This is not about a contender. This is, oh, look at the double doozle work. This is not about a contender. This is personal hatred for one another and the desire to have a WrestleMania main event. Into the turnbuckle, and now Roman has been busted open. The Tribal Chief christening the match with the royal blood. Punk in the corner, comes charging in, drives the knee to the head. Big bulldog right in front of Paul Heyman. Heyman now watches as CM Punk goes for a cover. Will that be it? Ooh, Seth Rollins just barely out the back door. It is now 44-44 for Punk and Seth Rollins. Roman coming in at 11%. Tribal Chief ties it up with CM Punk, throws him into the turnbuckle, and that wound on the head of the Tribal Chief getting worse by the moment. Oh, now Rollins steps in between the two. It's pick'em time. Momentarily went after Roman. Third time's the charm. There's the stomp. And if CM Punk were not there to break it up, that would have been it. CM Punk now butterflies the arms. Nice backbreaker right there as Paul Heyman watching on intently from the sidelines. A bloody Roman Reigns throws him into the exposed turnbuckle, and now Seth Rollins is in trouble. Is that enough? Rollins kicks out. Punk was not able to get there to break it up. Go to sleep. One and a save. Oh, this is gonna take something special. Punk battling out of the grasp of Seth Rollins, and now with the palm strikes takes him down with the belly to back, and Roman Reigns unloads with a heavy right. The Tribal Chief is a mess. He will not stop fighting. Oh, CM Punk in a very compromised position. Look out. Lock and loaded, and look out. Picked off. There's a pedigree. And a save made. Referee also clipped on that one. She's down. Off the ropes, and another curb stomp. Punk with a sledgehammer to the back of Seth Rollins. And now cover and hook the leg, Roman Reigns. After the sledgehammer, there's two. And it's a slow 3 count. CM Punk still gets the win. That's my pick. The nation has spoken. It's 44-44 between Seth Rollins and Punk. My pick is going to be CM Punk. As we take a look at the replay. Oh, that curb stomp, devastating. GTS got his full attention. And look at Roman, just as he was getting ready, got intercepted on the blind side. Punk picked up the sledgehammer, unbeknownst, right there to Seth Rollins, used it on him. Roman was still feeling the curb stomp. And right in front of Paul Heyman. We may have to wait until SmackDown to find out what the Tribal Chief has to say about this one. But there is your 2K prediction. There is my prediction. And for the most part, we're split down the middle between Seth and Roman. Or Seth and CM Punk, I beg your pardon. We're going to find out. Everybody enjoy WrestleMania Night 1. I'm going to do the same exact thing tomorrow with the Night 2 predictions. So join me about the same time. Maybe a little earlier. We'll see. Have a happy Easter. We'll be back for more Mania tomorrow afternoon. So long and good night.